Hey guys, it's Dustin here, the Pro Picker, with another Goodwill Thrift Store video. Thank you very much for joining me today. I believe this is a pretty awesome run. This is going to be a weird video because you're going to think it's over halfway through, but it's not, so please stay till the end. I end up, I guess, a little bit of a spoiler going back for seconds. And do find some pretty awesome stuff throughout this entire video, so would appreciate you watching it all. And please, if you haven't already, like the video and subscribe. And with that, I immediately come across this new stock cart here, and the first thing that's going to catch my eye, just because I used to be a video game reseller, like that's all I resold, are the Xbox games here. Nothing really to write home about, unfortunately, but underneath them's what really intrigues me. So these are NCR cash register drawers, and the Dayton area has a huge history with NCR, and briefly touch on it. NCR was National Cash Register was founded in Dayton, Ohio, and all the way up until 2009 was headquartered here. And after 125 years, the CEO that they hired off Wall Street or whatever decided he didn't like Dayton and moved the company down to Atlanta, gutting the area of its last Fortune 500 company, which is pretty sad. A lot of landmarks things are named after, like Patterson, for instance, who had bought NCR and the patents and everything, and really is the one that formed NCR and made it, you know, the base of what it would eventually become. So yeah, it really is cool though to find those drawers. $3.99 a piece. They are painted, bargain though. I mean, $40-50 a piece shipped on those. That Samsung Blu-ray player there and this PS3 controller, both good pickups, solid electronic items that people want. And I saw this PS3 controller so fast. In fact, I might need it for a PlayStation 3 I have sitting around right now, because I think I have it paired with a generic. I think this bottle will be pretty cool. About Blu-ray players, guys, most of them aren't worth anything. 3D ones are good, and Samsung ones sometimes are good. Look up the model number. Some of them function also as like similar to a Roku or Fire Stick, where they have all the smart features and apps. So people will buy that kind of all in one. They can play their DVDs, Blu-rays, and all their smart stuff through its streaming services and whatnot. This cart has been incredible so far. Just totally ecstatic about what I'm finding. Looking through here at some of the bowls and dishes. So this is the deviled egg plate I was familiar with by Indiana Glass. I knew of the other plate, but I didn't know what it was. So I appreciate you guys helping me ID that. This is the one I normally come across. So right when I go to check out, I actually do decide not to get it, just because it's not worth enough to where I really want to deal with another glass item right now. So I do end up putting that back. I do get this Yankee candle warmer, however. This is like one of those where you throw the tea light underneath it, and it just slowly melts the wax above, so it's not electric or anything. Anything with Yankee candle attached to it, though, tends to sell pretty fast. Maybe not always for the highest dollar, but some of them do. Some of the Yankee candle stuff does sell for pretty high dollar. It just depends. And just kind of looking around, seeing what I can find on the cart. And I realize I haven't touched on the MGD Miller Genuine Draft sign there. So it's actually a really cool pickup. It's only $9.99. I mean, it's not going to make a fortune off of it, $40-50 shipped. However, it might be worth selling at the yard sale or something, just to make it easier on me. Regardless, that kind of beer memorabilia always seems to do well for me, as in I sell it pretty quickly. The iridescent party light candle holders there, they're okay from what I can see from a comp standpoint. And they had them priced cheap enough, so I decided to go ahead and take a gamble. I'll probably lot all three pieces together and hopefully try and get like $25-30. So of course I'm going to test the MGD Miller clock here and try and figure out where I turn it on. It's actually on the cord itself, so it powers on and works perfectly. Now, the clock is battery operated. They have a 7-day return period here, but the comp I threw up on the screen earlier was with just the light and working and the clock not functioning. But I bet if I switch out that battery, the clock's going to work perfectly fine. So I do end up picking it up. I think it's a pretty cool find. I love the neon. I love how the neon works. I just think it's pretty cool. And yes, I noticed this Yankee Candle. I think I've seen this one here before. They just moved where it was located. And I do check it out. Unfortunately, it being used, it's just not going to be worth enough. I mean, if I just wanted a candle for candle's sake, I guess. I do find these cups really neat with like the red drop and the different color drops. I don't think there's going to be much value, so I decided to pass on them. And this is like a piece of visionware here, and it's very hard to see on camera, but it had that like light scratching from being moved on the stove too much. So yeah, I do pass. And then I point out some other visionware. They had chips on it. It might not have been noticed when it was processed, or somebody might have chipped it while it's been out on the floor. They're usually pretty good here compared to other thrift stores about not putting out like the significantly chipped stuff. This hand cream set's missing one, and Oso is kind of generic. And I look up this perfume. It sells for like 10 or 11 shipped, but only one sold, and there's a bunch listed. So that's kind of, I do scan it, as you can see there, and that's kind of what concerned me about it. So I do end up passing on it. With such low sell-through and honestly not much meat on the bone there, it just doesn't seem like it's going to be worth throwing my buck at it. Kind of taking a look around the rest of the store now. I find another Keurig Carafe, if I'm pronouncing that right, and it's actually a little more scratched up than I would want it to be. This version of it is not as valuable as the stainless steel Keurig hot one, so I end up putting it back. And then I see this Light Bright, and yeah, so they want $10, which may or may not be that bad. I just can't verify that it's all in there, and that's kind of what concerns me. And I was not in the mode of or mood to open it in inventory, so I made the mistake here, guys. I hit the try me button or whatever to activate this thing, and throughout the store, the Kung Fu fighting song play. It was loud. I mean, usually the music's a little bit lower in here, to the point. You know, sometimes I may not need voiceovers, but, you know, just in case I don't. And this is as it says on the screen there, it says playing throughout the store, basically. And it won't turn off. There's no off button or anything. So, yeah, I was that guy. But it's okay. I don't know why I passed on the Kung Fu Cat, but I did. And I find this PS2 controller just laying there, which is crazy uncommon for thrifting for me. And I picked that up all day long at $3.99. I'll get $24 Not a massive score, but it's just solid. I know it's going to sell. I have a PS2 hooked up to a TV right now. All I have to do is plug it in and test it for half a second to know if it works or not. Everything felt fine on the controller too, so I don't think there's going to be any real issue with it. With all this kind of game stuff I'm seeing, where there's smoke, sometimes there's fire, and I see a copy of Tony Hawk Downhill Jam, and as I open it, nope, it's not the right disc. It's not that much of a loss. This actually is one of the least valuable of the Tony Hawk PS2 games. You should check those Redbox cases, because Redbox did, and I believe still does, rent out video games. So sometimes, you know, it won't necessarily be a DVD or Blu-ray in there. And yeah, so as I said, this is not it. There's more. This is just to give you a little bit of an idea of what I actually bought and picked up, because I know things go in and out of my cart all the time during these videos. And I also know, like, for instance, the party light, that candle holders there were hard to see. Sometimes I don't catch it on camera the way I thought I caught it on camera. So I like to do these really quick recaps for you guys. Here's where I end up telling the cashier that, you know, I want to pass on this one piece. And I think I did the right thing. I know those trays are going to be susceptible, very susceptible to breaking in shipment. I did see that Xbox 360 controller just laying there, so I asked the cashier, hey, how much is this? Somebody leave this behind. And apparently it's $7.99, so I end up passing because it's not going to be worth it for me. No big deal. I mean, they may actually get it. If somebody has an Xbox 360 and needs a spare controller, it's not a bad buy. But it's really cool, these NCR drawers here. They're just going to make perfect junk drawers for somebody that's crafty or wants to organize a collection of something vintage or take out to the flea market. How cool would that be to have that be your flea market display? I think they're excellent pieces. And as I tell her, hey, can you hold on to this? I pay up because I hear another new stock cart come out. And I just wanted to see what else I could find. Also, see what else I could show you guys that might be cool. I find this like motorboat yacht model, and it's just too cool. $5. So in the cart it goes. I haven't done any research on it yet, so I don't know if it's worth $6 or $600. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's not worth $600, but $6 or 60. So I don't know. I'll probably do some research on it and list it on the store sometime this week. The Gatorade caddy holders here for the Gatorade bottles, pretty cool pickup. They wanted like $7 a piece on them, which is a little steep for me. But I think I can get two. I'm gonna try and lot them both together, 50 shipped. And if I can get that for it, that would be pretty fair. They end up, well, first I find this Betty Boop here, and this is the Angel. I think I'll get about $20 for it shipped. It should ship first class, and that's not really bad for a $2.99 buy cost. So in the cart, that one goes as well. And then right as I start looking at this corn thing, she's like, hey, you want this one too? I'm like, yep. Thank you. And very nice of her. And $2.99 in the cart that goes. The corn holder or cutter thing here wasn't worth much. The lady there is kind of funny. She's like, I just use a knife to cut mine. I was like, yeah, probably good. Probably don't need a device just for that. And eBay buyers seem to agree with her. I thought those horror DVDs would be worth something, but they were not. So I do end up putting those back. And yeah, checking out here. So just a quick recap on this side of the transaction. Not very often I go through the line twice at the same thrift on the same visit on the same day, but I'm glad I did. I think especially the Betty Boops, Gatorades are going to be good. I don't know about the yacht. I'm honestly just going off instinct here that it felt like it was worth more than $5. And I have a pretty, I like to think, and I think probably people here may or may not agree, I don't know, that I have a pretty good perception of value. So I think it's worth something. If you guys know anything about the motorboat or yacht, let me know in the comments. Would appreciate it. And guys, I just want to say real quick, really appreciate all the support lately. Yesterday was a double dip day for me in the sense that I posted 2 videos. If you guys don't mind, go check out the videos from yesterday, especially I put a lot of work into the one that has Mega Thrift in the thumbnail there, which is me going to Valley. It's my weekly trip there. It's normally a pretty successful video, but I think just kind of how I had 2 videos staggered yesterday because I couldn't get my video edited to post at a reasonable time Sunday, hurt it in the algorithm or something, so I don't know. But I would appreciate it if you guys go check that out. As always, please, if you haven't already, subscribe. We just hit 3,500. Thank you very much for that. Turn on the bell notifications. Like the video. comment down below. Anything, any comment helps, even if it's mean. I totally do not lie awake at night thinking about your mean comments. Though I'm kidding. Most of your comments are amazing and super supportive. So I really do appreciate it. And with that, guys, I'm getting out of here. Thank you very much for watching. Really, again, I think I just said I appreciate it like 3 times, but I'm out of here. Bye.